welcome back. This video is not going to have anything to do with makeup, so if you are here strictly for all things beauty, you might want to skip this one. I promise I won't be offended. What this video is going to focus on is just the experiences that I've had in the last 2 weeks on the OPTIFAST pre-surgery diet. When I have been looking online for different people who have gone through bariatric surgery and their experiences with OPTIFAST, I just haven't been able to find anybody who's in the thick of it. So far, all the videos that I found are people that are after their surgery date, reminiscing back on the time and talking about what helped them and this and that and the other thing. And you know, sometimes time gives perspective, and things that seem like they are the end of the world in the moment, days, weeks, months down the road just kind of fade into the background, and it doesn't seem like such a big deal. There are experiences that we have where we can consciously know that it's going to be funny at some point in the future, but it's not funny at that particular moment in time. OPTIFAST is one of those. I don't know that it's ever going to be funny per se, but it's certainly going to be one of those things where I look back and I'm like, was it really that hard? And I'm here to say today that yes, it is that hard. And so if anybody is watching who is contemplating going through this surgery, or is on the liquid diet now, or is soon going to be on the liquid diet, I hope that this video is helpful, because OPTIFAST sucks. I can't make it not suck. It just does. So what I want to do is just sort of share what my experience has been for the 2 weeks. I still have another week of this. I'm not an expert by any stretch, but I am just a real person. I am somebody who has a food addiction, who has a disordered approach to eating, and I'm doing it. So if I can, there's nothing special about me. If I can do it, then certainly you can as well. So I actually really find it funny, because people who are what I consider to be healthy, you know, normal body weight and whatnot, when they hear that this is what I'm doing, you know, drinking 4 shakes a day, and I'm allowed, if I need it, to eat up to 2 cups of broccoli, green pepper, cucumber, or lettuce every day, and that is it. These, you know, somewhat healthy people who clearly don't have the same kind of eating issues that I've had, they're like, I could never do that. I'm like, if you can't do it, how in the hell do you think I'm doing it? I crave food. Food is like my little friend. It makes me feel better at the end of the day. It is an emotional crutch. It is all things that I love and hate in the world. And it is the cause of my problems, which is why I'm here today. So yeah, anybody can do this if they have to. And what I'll say from that perspective is that what is getting me through this is not just sheer determination. It's not necessarily willpower. It is support. I have an incredibly supportive husband. I have incredibly supportive friends, and everybody that I have on my social media platforms that genuinely care about me, which seems so mystifying because we've never met in person, but I believe that those are real connections. I truly feel those connections. You guys have been an immeasurable source of support. It is amazing. Just the people that are popping into DMs and just checking in and asking how I'm doing, like, that is the boost that I need, and I really truly appreciate that. The other side of it for me is that I need this, and I would rather suffer immensely through these 3 months than live the next 40 years of my life wearing a CPAP machine to bed. Watching my blood pressure increase incrementally every year, sliding further towards diabetes, my feet, ankles, knees, hips, back, everything just starting to ache even more. I'm going to be 40 next year. I don't think it's going to get any easier as age goes on. So I want to be healthy. I'm tired of not being healthy. So that is my carrot at the end of the stick. That is what I am chasing, and that is what gets me through this. So it is not easy. It is not fun, but I just keep trying to look past my feet and look at the horizon and see, yeah, it's going to be shitty for the next week now, and recovery is not going to be easy either. But all I can do is just take it a day at a time, and eventually that turns into a chunk of time and you're on the other side of it. So that is what I keep telling myself, and every day is a struggle, but I just tackle it minute by minute, hour by hour, and the day passes. So let's talk about what makes it so shitty, shall we? You're drinking shakes, and here, at least where my surgeon is located, you have the option of chocolate or vanilla. That is it. I know I've seen videos from people in the States and they have the option of soups and of bars and all this stuff. We don't have that option. So chocolate, vanilla, 4 times a day. On their own, they taste horrific. They are not good. But thankfully I can add extracts to them. So my favorites have turned out to be caramel extract, coconut extract, and oddly enough, banana extract. Banana in with the chocolate is actually really good. I do also like the mint, but I have to be very careful with it. A little goes a long way with that. I can also add like Crystal Light to it as well. So I like doing that a bit more with the vanilla shakes. I just got a coconut pineapple one today, and it kind of, sort of, almost tastes like a pina colada, but like a really disappointing pina colada. The chocolate one is probably better in my opinion. It's a little bit smoother. The vanilla can get a little bit grainy, and then towards the end of it, it's a little bit frothy, and it's just a weird texture, so I don't really like that one. I just have that one once a day, and I, focus on the chocolate on the other side. But that's about it. And then cucumber, for like the first week, I was going ham on the cucumber. I was measuring my 2 cups, and I was enjoying the shit out of that. I would cut it, like slice it, and then cut each slice into 4 and use like a dessert fork and just like make a whole experience out of it. And now if you come near me with a cucumber, no, I am fatigued off cucumbers. Like maybe in a couple of weeks, but right now, no, not today, Satan. I'm not happy because I'm not really eating much other vegetables. Like you don't have to, but it is there to just add something into your stomach. Green pepper, I can only eat so much of it, and then it just kind of is off-putting for me, so I'm just trying to slug it out without the veggies right now. The first few days are fucking rough. They are rough. Not only do you have this whole like keto flu thing where you feel like you've been hit by a truck, I napped like pretty much the entire 3rd day because I just had no energy. But it is a massive lifestyle change, like massive. You're going from eating whatever you want, whenever you want, to 4 shakes a day. You really don't have anything to look forward to. You're not experiencing what other people are. You become aware of just how much food is around you. Like you drive down the street and you pass 6 million restaurants. You watch TV, there's commercials for food everywhere. Your family has to eat. So you're smelling their food, you're seeing their food, you're watching them eat as you sip on your shake. So it's hard. It does get progressively easier, but even now I'm currently just wrapping up day 13. Still jealous. I will tell you that. I still get jealous of people being able to just go and eat. My husband, thankfully, is very understanding. He will take the kids out to eat for dinner. He's doing the shakes with me 2 times during the day, so breakfast and lunch. He's not doing OPTIFAST, but he's got his own protein shakes, so he's just like solidarity. And then when he makes dinner for the kids, I usually go upstairs and I'll take a bath, or I will come down here to my filming room, play with makeup, edit videos, film videos, things like that, just for a distraction. So the resentment kicks in, the jealousy, and by day 7, day 8, I was seething. I was just filled with a fire that I have never experienced before. I felt sorry for myself. I was angry with myself for getting here. I wanted to give up. I wanted to just cancel the surgery and just say, fuck it. But I knew I couldn't do that because then the very next thought was, let's cancel the surgery, let's give up, let's just order a pizza. No, and that is why I'm doing this. If perhaps it had been, let's, I don't know, cook a lean chicken breast and have some veggies, then maybe I would know I'm in the right headspace, but I'm not. I need this as a tool to get me there, so I'm just aware of my own feelings. I had a very rough day. Day 8 kicked my ass, just kicked my ass. I don't know what it was, but I was ready to just scream, just like scream into a pillow, just let it out. I was crying, I was sobbing, I was just not the normal person that you see in front of you. I was somebody that I did not recognize. My best friend happened to text me as I was in the midst of like a full-on emotional breakdown. She's like, how you doing? Hope you're hanging in there. And I sent her this in response. That is how I was feeling. So that wasn't good. But I'm happy to report I have not cried since. That was just sort of my breaking point. And then I don't know what it was. I think I just stopped looking for the escape hatch and just sort of put myself over to the program. It's still not easy by any stretch, but I just kind of gave into it and stopped resisting it, and I think that has really helped. I was getting to the point where the shakes were making me gag, and the only reason for that I can come up with is because in my head, I just kept saying, I hate these, I don't want to do this, I hate this, I hate this, it's so gross. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad. So I think the gagging was just me causing myself to do that. Another thing that I found immensely helpful was on the very first day that I started, I took pictures of myself and just let it all hang out, literally. And you know, confirmed for myself why I'm doing this, because I was not happy with what I see in this picture, what I saw in those pictures. But then a week later, I took pictures as well. And in the span of that 1 week, you can see the difference. And that gave me the motivation as well to kick my way through it. Kicking and screaming, but I did get my way through it. Because if that's the kind of results that I can get in 1 week, then imagine 2 weeks, imagine 3 weeks, imagine 6 months post-op, what my body and what my life could be like. So I put them up on Instagram. I am going to put them up in this video. So the picture on the bottom was the starting point. 1 week later is the one on top. I find that I can see the most difference around like the upper back area and towards my armpit at the back. And then the stomach bloating has gone down fairly significantly as well. Nowhere near the finish line by a long stretch, but that was 10 pounds within the first week, and it really did make a difference. So if you're going through this, or if you're doing any sort of weight loss program, even if it's not as extreme as this, I cannot overstate how important it is to take pictures, because I didn't feel any different then. I knew that the weight had changed, but I didn't feel like my body had changed. And then I saw those pictures, and that just solidified for me that this is the path that I need to be on right now. Also, and I don't want to sound cheesy about this, but as every day goes by, I feel a little bit more empowered, and I feel more in control of myself. I feel a bigger distance between being trapped by the food addiction that I had. There's just a distance growing, and it's easier to see myself measuring foods and choosing healthy foods and not slipping back into that binging behavior. Yes, the thoughts still come up. Let's be fully honest. The thoughts do come up. At any given point, I'm like, I know, a burger would be great right now. Pasta, all that kind of stuff. But I'm able to control it better. And I think really just focusing on getting myself to the point where my A1C, my blood sugar, overall like blood sugar control, if that is out of that pre-diabetic stage, that would be amazing. If I no longer have sleep apnea, that would be fucking stellar. Like, that is my biggest goal right now, is to get rid of the fucking mask. I hate that mask so much. I could burn it to the ground. I hate it. So that is my biggest goal right now, and that is the fuel that is firing me. The fire that is fueling me? I don't, some analogy that works. Just, you can create it yourself. So find something that motivates you. And honest to God, for me right now, it's not a picture of somebody in a bikini. Because I can't relate to that. Like, I can't relate to somebody who is like a size 8. That to me is not motivating, because it seems so far out of the realm of reality and so far away that that is never going to motivate me. That is going to demotivate me. But choosing something that has not a physical aspect, but like a health aspect, or something that's like super important in your life. Again, with me going down a slide with my son, that is a huge motivator for me as well. I am living for the day, and it's probably gonna be like freaking dead of winter where nobody should ever be going down a slide, but I'm living for the day where I can film that and just show that to you guys and share that with you. And knowing you guys as I do, I know that you're going to be every bit as excited as I am, and I'm living for that. And I'm living for the doctor to say, well, your sleep apnea has cured itself, because that was a wake-up call, and that terrified me. So that is what I'm aiming for, and that is what gives me the drive that I need to get through this. So that's kind of all I want to say. I know I've kind of rambled on for quite a bit of time, but if you're in this, or if you're about to head into this, just be patient with yourself and cry and rage and scream into pillows and be angry and journal and speak into a camera if that's your thing. Just let it out, but just let it happen. It's gonna happen anyway, so don't fight it. I think it's all part of the process, honestly. I think it is just like that little bit of a break from the old you and the starting point of the new you. And I'm grateful in that sense that I have had to endure this. Which, if you'd asked me about a week ago if I'd ever felt that way, absolutely not. But here I am, and I do have another week left. It's going to be even more challenging because we're going away to a cottage, and so it's a different environment and all that. But I'm glad I have the last 2 weeks under my belt, and then the end is in sight for it. So I'm going to do it, and I know that if you are doing this, you can too. And if you're doing a different kind of weight loss journey, you can do that too. Just my best advice, I've lost like friggin' like 12 pounds, so I'm not an expert, but my best advice, like I said, is just finding something other than a picture of somebody else. Find something that's within you that you want to improve or you want to change. And it doesn't have to be your dress size. It can be, like for me, sleep apnea. Because I think that's going to be more motivating. At least that's what I've discovered anyways in the last couple weeks. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. One more thing, TMI, but when you're on a liquid diet, don't trust farts. They're not always farts. So just be aware of that, and Godspeed. Okay, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.